3, 2. Welcome back to Brain Driven Brands.
I'm
It's
back.
me, Sarah. Sarah's in at the beach.
I wish. Oh my God. You can see Casey.
Casey is going to make an appearance on this podcast.
You can see Casey like in the reflection. That's hilarious. I'm so glad that he's like fully clothed because the guy we've been in Florida for like 2 days. Did not wear a shirt. The first 2 days he was here.
Yeah, of course.
And we're in like this cute little neighborhood with all these nice old people. I'm gonna try and get him out of the shop. Don't mind me, people. I'm on vacation. Haven't taken a vacation with my husband by myself for a year. Usually we only take one vacation.
When you have kids.
A year is not that long.
I don't know.
I feel like that's a long time. I mean, granted, we took vacations with our kids this year, but they were like with us. So it was kind of just like parenting in another space. This is like, now it's just me and Casey. It feels weird. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you have a kid now because it's like if you're not in the room with them or if they're out somewhere, it's just like, I'm forgetting. It feels like you're forgetting my arm or something.
Yeah.
It's the strangest experience. So yeah, it's very quiet.
I went out for the first time.
Did you?
On Saturday.
Where'd you go?
Having a kid, I went to the local dive bar alone to watch the game. It not in like a depressing way. It was fun. But yeah, like it felt weird. Like half the time I was there, I was like, my family's not here. This is a weird thing.
Yes, it really does feel like you're missing a piece of yourself. It's like
Yeah.
the strangest experience. And as you get older and your kids get older, we start to enjoy it more because it's like, oh my God. Woo, I have space to think. Nobody's interrupting my every thought of every single day. But then it's also just strange. Like we were sitting on the table last night going, where is everybody?
Yeah, right.
This is just odd. So anyway, I'm half enjoying it, half missing them deeply. But yeah, we were on vacation and I was like, hey, Nate, you want to do a podcast while I'm on vacation?
Monday podcast.
Business never sleeps is really what it is. Plus, I just like podcast. So I was like, we got to do it because I like this podcast. So
now I know you're about to hit me with a little guessing game quiz. I'm going to hit you with one first. I didn't tell you I was going to do this.
Okay. I'm so ready. Let's do it. I'm terrified.
It's a 2-part question. You get 1 point for each answer. Okay.
What's the odds that I'm going to get this right?
We'll see.
Not good.
First, guess how many bottles of whiskey are on my desk right now?
Oh,
And then how many have been opened and how many?
this is not a good question to ask because if I get this wrong, I'm either going to paint you as like a raging alcoholic.
Yep.
Or if I get this incredibly right, I don't know if that's a good thing for you. That like paints you in a very specific light. All right, let's think. How many are on your desk now and how many are open?
Yep.
I want to say 4 on your desk. 2 are open.
You're close.
Is that in the ballpark? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, all right. Well,
There's
check this
3
out,
on my desk and 1 is
all
open.
right. Okay, see, statistically.
So you think I am a
not
little
the same
worse
at all.
than I
mean,
am?
a little bit, possibly.
That's all right.
The only reason I said 4 though is because I'm trying to think of like how many Red Bulls are probably on your desk as well. So I think my brain probably equated whiskey and Red Bull. He probably has 4 items somewhere on the desk.
Yeah,
Okay,
no, I
good.
did clean the desk off from Red Bulls this morning. I think there were 6 from the last few days.
Oh my God,
But
that's a lot.
the whiskey's still here, so.
Dang, dude. Okay. See, I did good on that. Well, sorry.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Sort of good on that one. Would have been so bad if I came back and you were like 7. There's at least
Like there's 15
you are
bottles that are all open. Actually, half of them are empty. All right, hit me with the scheduled quiz.
Oh, all right. So today's quiz, well, it's not really a quiz. Today's game is 2 truths and a lie.
Ooh.
So this is 1980s ad edition. I specifically chose the 80s because I don't think you're going to know.
Yeah, because I was born in 96.
Because you were born in 96. But and plus also, I think these are going to be the most interesting ads you've ever heard of.
Oh, okay.
So 2 of these ads are real ads. Real ads that actually were ran out in the ether. 2 customers. One of them is not a real ad at all.
Okay.
And I want to see if you know which one of these is not a real ad. So round 1, these are the overly conceptual ads. Are you ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Let's do it. All right. First ad is by Sony's Walkman. It was called the Sound of Silence ad. It was a 1983 campaign where a man listens to a Walkman, then he takes off his headphones, stands in total silence to hear how empty life was before Sony. That's ad number 1. Ad number 2, Parco's Egg ad was a Japanese department store ad showing a woman peeling and eating a boiled egg in silence for 90 seconds. And that was the entire ad. And are you Googling this?
No, I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes.
How dare you?
Good.
Okay.
We're good.
I'm like, you are not allowed to Google these. Okay. Ad number 3, the Silk Cut campaign, a British cigarette ad that showed a purple silk sheet with just a slit in it with no text, no cigarettes, nothing. Viewers just had to decode what the ad was about just based upon research. Which one is the lie? 1, 2, or 3?
All right. The Sony Walkman one sounds like a great ad to me. Like,
yeah?
That sounds
Just,
like,
yeah.
and I think it's so true for the 80s too, because like today, we need the opposite of that ad. Like we need the ad where you take your headphones out and actually experience the world around you.
It sounds like the world. I agree with this. Somebody go make that ad.
I think back then, you probably needed to tell people like, isn't life boring? Put on headphones, listen 100%. To a Walkman. So I think that's a good real ad.
I miss my Walkman. That was a good era. All right. All right.
The Japanese woman peeling and eating a hard-boiled egg for a minute and a half sounds psycho. But I've also like seen a little bit of like Japanese content. It's out there. It's super weird.
It is interesting. It's very different.
So jury's still out on that one for me.
Okay.
The cigarette one, that was just a purple kind of silky sheet.
Yep. And nothing else. Didn't even show the product.
Didn't have their name on it.
Nothing.
Man, see, like I know this was like height of like cigarette ad wars.
100%.
So that could have been like a great way to differentiate and just like kind of create some curiosity. I am going to say the Sony ad was real. The Walkman was real.
Okay.
The cigarette ad is real. I'm saying the egg one is not real.
The egg one. All right. Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
Ad number 1, the Sound of Silence ad was not real.
Dang.
It sounds exactly like something a 1980s director would have greenlit, but like not real at all. So this is fascinating. We'll start with the Silk ad. This Silk ad read in 1984, and rather than show like cigarettes or smoking, which is something that like every other competitor was doing, the campaign showed only this kind of purple silk cloth with a cut in it. They just like sliced a slice in it, basically. Minimal, surreal. You had to just figure out it was a cigarette ad. Nobody knew what it was for the longest time until that kind of like, if you know crowd came in and they were like, oh, this is obviously the cigarette brand. So this is kind of like very bold art focused. The interesting part about this though, is it uses actually quite a lot of psychology here because they're using processing fluency and a little bit of what we call semantic closure. So semantic closure has to do with the fact that like humans really need to close open loops. We talk about open loops here on this podcast quite a lot. So if you have a piece of information that's just hanging out there that you're like, what the, like, give me the rest of it. Like, what's happening? Why didn't you give it to me? People have to go find the information just to close that loop. So a little bit of psychology.
And then the like, Japanese woman just ate an egg for a minute and a half.
Woman just ate an egg for a minute and a half. I was like, what is this ad?
Yeah.
Yes. And that one too was just, it was information that was incomplete because it was like, why is she eating an egg? And then the ad ended and it was like, and then like people had to go figure out why this lady was eating this egg. It was incomplete. So this I find really interesting because you can use this so easily today, especially with AI. If you're creating AI ads, you can create these strange, bizarre concepts that have nothing to do with your brand. I mean, this was literally a purple piece of silk with a cut in it and some weird lady eating a random hard-boiled egg. Both of them worked incredibly well for these brands because they drive a little like mystery. It's metaphorical.
That's
right.
Awesome.
Like it has contrast and it's just weird. So the brain has to go figure it out.
Have you seen anyone doing this well today in digital, like creating that curiosity, creating that open loop to make people think about it? Because I think we can all like resonate with the feeling of like, do you ever like want to know a fact, but like you don't have your phone on you, so you can't Google it right away?
Oh, that's the worst.
And it's all you think about for an hour, and then you're like, all right, I got to figure out what this is.
100%.
Like, how do we create that in ads?
Let's pause for just a minute.
Prospecting on Meta in 2025 has been a huge pain. Reaching net new people is getting harder and harder and harder. And the only thing Meta seems to care about is rolling out more AI slop features that take away a lot of our controls as advertisers. So brands have been looking for another side, and they're turning to Other Side. Other Side is an agency that figured out how to turn programmatic advertising into a performance marketing channel. They're able to advertise outside the Meta ecosystem, show clear and accurate attribution, and they have the ability to prospect and retarget across platforms. So you're able to unlock huge new audiences that aren't like us. They're not chronically on Meta and Instagram. For brain-driven brands listeners, they're running a crazy offer right now. They'll run your ads for free for 2 months to prove to you it works. Then you can either part ways or continue at their normal, affordable retainer. But they're making this risk-free, and it's a no-brainer for you to try. So go to jointheotherside.com and let them know we sent you.
And now back to the show. That's a good question. So for these two brands, I found this really interesting because I'm going to go back up and see the egg ad. So this was a department store and who ran this ad, which I found really, really interesting.
So they don't sell eggs.
They don't sell eggs at all. They just sell stuff. And it was very minimal, odd, moody kind of a thing. But it was memorable enough that people just remember this random lady eating an egg. And they were like, okay, yeah, I remember the only department store that would be bold enough to do this is this specific one.
Oh.
So I think if you're going to do this and you're going to do it well, because I can't think of anybody off the top of my head recently, at least, that has tried this kind of like, let's run something weird.
It's super not direct response. I can guarantee a 0 7-day click
100%.
return on ad spend.
Yeah, you're definitely not going to get that. 100%.
Which means no one in our industry is going to try it, but I love 100%. The principle.
The most recent one that I can think of is a dentist's office recently went viral for a skydiving gorilla that fell out of a plane that they made with an AI and he like landed and he broke all his teeth.
Today we're getting blackout drunk and fucking skydiving. If I die, at least I died doing what I love.
Yeah. That I find really interesting because it's still connective. It's not so bizarre that people can't make the leap of like, okay, a gorilla needs a dentist just like a human needs a dentist. That's the most recent one that I can think of that's just really bizarre. Everybody else is trying, but not nailing it very well. So I would love to see somebody test this. This is why I love this. Okay, that was round one. You ready?
That's just round one?
Oh, that was round one. We got more. Okay,
sorry, I thought that was a full episode.
No. I have 2 more rounds if you want to do both. We don't have to do both, but I do have 2 more rounds. Okay, so this is the Mascot Madness years in the 1980s, which, let me just tell you, if Sarah has like a favorite time period of ads, it was these years because, there's something incredible you can do with mascots. That's why Tether, my business, has a mascot. That's why everybody should get a mascot. So, okay.
You know, Little Nate Lego's lore. My first dream job was I wanted to be a mascot.
You did not? Did
I
you
wanted
really?
to be like a pro sports team mascot. Yeah.
Which one?
Any of them. I
you didn't have like a favorite? You weren't trying to like be a mascot?
Yeah.
That is interesting. I know quite a lot of women who wanted to be like a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. Is that the same?
That might be the same thing for a guy.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
And then I figured out, I don't know, I thought they were like the coolest things ever. And then I found out I got to do like gymnastics and dance. And
you do. Like, you have to be like pretty freaking in shape. But I mean, if you are in that particular like type of person, I feel like being a mascot would be so fun. They get paid.
I think so.
To do what
and then I was like, I can't put this mullet behind a mask, we gotta
get this in front of a camera. Yeah. Okay, so you'll love these then. Okay, here we go. So Mascot Madness years, ad number 1, Burger King's Where's Herb? This was a $40 million campaign about a man named Herb who had never eaten at Burger King ever before.
Okay.
That was Burger King's Where's Herb. Ad number 2, California Raisins. These were singing, dancing, claymation raisins performing I Heard It's Through the Grapevine. Clever. And then ad number 3, McDonald's Grimace for president. Do you know who Grimace is?
I do, so I know that one's real.
Okay, Grimace is like the purple whatever he is.
Yep.
This is a 1988 election-themed ad where Grimace ran for president of McDonald's land, promising a shake in every cup. Which one of these is a lie?
All right.
Number 1, ad number 2, ad number 3.
All right, I'm going to say McDonald's Grimace is real because I've heard of Grimace. And election theme seems on point for the 80s.
Yeah, especially for McDonald's. I feel like they ran a couple election ads. Interesting.
Yeah. So I liked that. I'm going to say that's real.
Okay.
The Burger King Where's Herb I'll be honest. If you didn't tell me the name was Herb, I would have said like this is definitely the real one. But Herb feels like a weird name.
Herb.
So I'm
And
out on
it's
that.
Herb. Herb. I wouldn't say herb, right? It's Herb.
I mean, if it's a
If
guy's
it's a dude's
name, I think
name,
it's
it's Herb.
But I do know that Burger King like had some clever campaigns back in the day. I feel like
And still do.
Burger King has the same affliction as Pepsi, where it's like, hey, you're obviously not the premier product here, so you got to get really creative in marketing. And I think they've actually done a decent job at that. And then the last one, the California Raisins claymation, they're singing what song?
They're singing I Heard It Through the Grapevine. Like
this one feels like a little too on the nose to be real. This one feels like ChatGPT gave you fake ad ideas.
Yeah, you think so?
I'm going to lock the raisins one in as the lie.
Is that your final answer?
That's it.
That is incorrect.
Dang, okay.
You're doing so well today, and I'm like, oh boy. Okay, so according to my research, the lie is actually the Grimace one. The McDonald's Grimace, like election themed ad never happened. I feel like that it never happened. I feel like that would have made a really freaking good ad, though.
Yeah.
So, Claymation California Raisins, real ad. Burger King's Where's Herb, real ad.
Yeah.
Is that not the weirdest thing you've ever seen?
Yeah.
Okay, so this I find really interesting, and I'm shocked you haven't seen the Claymation Raisins because I vividly remember these because they made like plastic toys out of them, and like,
oh really?
And they were very weird, but it wasn't creepy. It was just kind of like playful, absurd kind of a thing.
That's good.
And that was the reason why they worked. The Herb one is so weird. So Burger King spent $40 million on this campaign, centered around Herb, which was a
in the 80s, by the way. In the 80s, $40 million.
That's
for anyone doing math today. That's $380 million today. I'm pretty sure. Like that's insane.
Burger King. So it was a fictional character who had never been to Burger King, and the idea was people who had been to Burger King would ask, "Where's Herb?" because they expected to see him there, but he wasn't. Type of thing. The problem was, though, the concept was like hella confusing to everybody. Yeah. Nobody really understood how this linked back to the product. This is the reason why I think this is a great follow-up for the first like quiz that we had, because that one's all about being weird, like just weird things. This one, they're trying to be weird with a point, and it didn't work. So this is a great example of like a mystery hero, but it didn't connect.
It's interesting. I think they were probably right on with like introducing a character who had never been to Burger King, because again, they're not in first place in the fast food wars of America.
I love
and I am sure there was a ton of people who were like, no, we go to McDonald's when it's fast food time, and that's it. So I love the idea of introducing someone who has never been, but then I think you probably have to close that in the ad of like, and then they went and couldn't believe how good it was, how cheap it was, how fast it was.
Yeah. Well, and that's where I need to go back and watch some more of these ads to see if they had any where he actually went in and tried it, because that would have been the close. You opened a loop. Like, you're doing a great job, big brands, of opening these loops in the brain. You just never closed it.
Yeah.
So it's too confusing.
That is a super interesting tactic, though. Purposefully introducing someone who doesn't use your product. It's a good angle.
And who is actively skeptical. I know one brand who does this, actually.
Really?
Hexclad has recently done this. And the only reason I know this is because I know a lot of the creatives over at Hexclad. One of their internal creative strategists has done a few ads where she acts as if like Hexclad's not real. Like, this can't be good cookware at all. And then she takes it home, demonstrates cooking, and then she becomes like converted basically in the ad.
Yeah.
That one ad ran for a long time, and they do that concept quite often because it hits so well for them. So now I'm like, ooh, it would be so interesting for everyone to try this, where you test an ad where it's like, we're just going to create a character, whoever it is, who literally just doesn't believe us and says so in the ad, and then walks through the process of being converted just by using the products.
Oh, I've got ideas for for my new job that I'm not going to talk about yet.
I can't wait to see this one.
No, all right. So takeaway from the first one was make an ad that makes people think about you. Later. I think this one is start your hero's journey with someone who doesn't know your brand or is actively skeptical about your brand, and then show the conversion. I love that.
Yeah. Oh, and this is such an easy ad to make. You could get a UGC creator to create this in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, easy.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Ready for
round three.
Round
I'm over
3.
2, by the way.
You didn't even know this was 3 rounds. I feel bad, so we'll give it to you because you didn't know you were having to do this 3 times. Okay, last round. This is going to be the dark and dramatic ones. Are you ready?
This is where I shine.
Okay. Ad number 1, Pepsi's Drink with the Devil. This was a 1989 Halloween campaign featuring a man signing a contract with a fire pen for the ultimate refreshment. Ad number 2 was DeLorean's Live the Dream. It was a luxury car ad promising the future right before the company collapsed. Oh my God.
LOL.
Okay, and then ad number 1 was Austria's Grim Reaper ad. It was a bowling Grim Reaper who was knocking down humans like pins to symbolize AIDS deaths.
Whoa,
Boy,
hold
it
on.
got dark really fast.
Hold on. Say that third one
I
again.
apologize. Grim Reaper ad. It was a bowling Grim Reaper who was knocking down humans like bowling pins to symbolize AIDS deaths.
Why?
Dark? It's part of the dark one. I don't know. This is what chat gave me.
No, but like,
It was symbolizing
what's
that
the
like death
product
is
they're
going to
trying
come
to
for
sell?
you. I think they were trying to reduce AIDS just by educating people about sexual health, and so they
Just a fear
this was the
campaign.
ad. It was a fear based.
I'll be honest, that sounds very on the nails for 1980s.
And 100%. I'm like, that one has to be real just because it's so dark. God, 1980s. Okay.
Yeah, I think 1980s, from the little I know about the AIDS epidemic, this sounds like something some government or health organization would be like, we should put this on TV. They put shit on
they do
TV
all the
when
time.
COVID hit. That was like,
Yeah.
you ready
you
to
seen
die?
it?
And it's like, all right, chill out.
This is a segue, but have you seen that ad that's like fun ways to die? Or no, it's not
Yeah.
fun ways.
Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die.
Some insurance company.
Yes, and that ad has done so well for them.
Yeah.
Dumb ways to die. And now it's like iconic everywhere. Music, people, we'll come back to that. But anyways, okay.
All right.
I digress.
I'm going
I
to say
love that
Grim
ad.
Reaper, I think feels real.
Okay.
DeLorean, living the dream, especially with how it relates to the future. I think they're probably playing off the movie. That sounds real. What year did Back to the Future come out? Do you know?
1980s.
Yeah, this
maybe,
sounds.
I don't know.
That sounds like on the nose for that campaign.
Okay.
Pepsi's Drink with the Devil sounds like an idea that Pepsi would come up with, because again, they're the inferior
Pepsi,
soda,
sorry,
so
Pepsi.
they're
Constantly hitting on Pepsi.
they're trying. But I feel like putting someone selling their soul to the devil on TV in America in the 1980s would have had a bunch of people up in arms about it.
Probably. I'm assuming so.
I'm going to say
Very good.
Pepsi's not real.
Good job.
Yeah.
Pepsi was.
Go.
Okay, so you at least got one.
Let's go.
We'll give it to you. Yes, 1980 did have like a lot of very heavy metal energy. So, I mean, it feels like an ad that would be possible. But Pepsi never made an ad that was devil focused, which means there was a Grim Reaper ad that literally bowled humans over with AIDS, which is scary. And then there was a DeLorean Live the Dream luxury car ad about the future collapse.
Checks out.
These are really interesting because there's weird psychology behind these ones, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so
Give
let me ask, does fear mongering have any place in direct to consumer digital advertising?
I am so on the fence about this, and this is such a good question. I've had way too many people ask me, like, should we get more definitive? Like, should we get more harsh with what we're saying? And my take on it as a marketer is there is nothing that can't be tested in a very strategic way. My take as a human is like, you got to be so careful, man. Just be so careful how you trigger people. Because for one thing, today's day and age, especially in the US, we don't tolerate any sort of like, what's the word? Stereotyping. We don't tolerate any sort of anything that puts people in a particular box or causes them to feel intense amounts of fear around their own anxieties. Like the US right now is not in a place where people would tolerate what they did in the 80s very well. So I don't think currently, and I haven't seen anybody that's been able to run these. I don't think fear-based ads are going to run very well, but that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. And it is interesting how soft we've gotten and like how much that does, I think, limit advertisers' creativity.
Yeah, it limits us quite a bit because I think at the end of the day, I wish that there was a way for us to bring forward some of these harsher realities like
Yeah.
AIDS, right? In a way that would help people really understand what the actual trade-off is, right? Without like making them really intense. But in today's day and age, I'm not entirely sure you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do find the DeLorean one really interesting though, if we can pivot. Because this one
Yeah.
specifically was an ad that talked about it promised the future right before like the company collapsed and like everything was going to shit. They basically took kind of like what the Grim Reaper ad was saying, which was like everything's awful, we're all gonna
Yeah.
die, and flipped it to like everything's gonna be fine because the DeLorean is here.
Like
So they same concept, just opposite way of framing it.
it's like a lifeboat concept. Like, hey, like
Yeah.
this is your last ticket out of here.
Very
Like,
positive. Yep.
that's
So they
interesting.
switched into a different valence zone for anybody
Yeah.
who's heard Sarah talk way too much about valences. But and this is the reason why I talk about it so much, because you can have two ads that are basically saying like very similar things. The world is ending.
Yeah, but completely different vibe.
Completely different vibe and very different responses to that.
Yeah.
And obviously one is a luxury car and one is like talking about AIDS. But in general,
It's a little easier to be
It's a little
positive
bit
when you don't have to talk about AIDS in your
it's a
commercial.
little bit different. Little bit different. Product is different, but overall, how you say something matters more than what you say. So
Yeah.
this was fun.
It's a good episode.
I like this one just because I like the history of things, but I'm also like, these are fun because some of the ads that Jack came up with sound very real. Like
I mean,
the Sony
tricky.
Walkman ad. I want to see that ad now. I'm like, oh, this is really good. All right.
Thanks so much for listening to Brain Driven Brands. Shout out Other Side. Shout out Tether, our sponsors. And we'll see you guys next time.
Peace. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today. Appreciate you guys listening. If you want to follow me, I'm at Sarah Levinger. Anywhere you consume content, he is at Nate Lagos. If you like this show and if you like this episode, go ahead and like, subscribe, share with a friend. Drop us a review when you have a minute. We would appreciate it. Otherwise, have a great week. We'll see you next time.